Thank you very much all for being together on this wonderful occasion, and we all thank you, Monsignor, for opening this unique home to us, the Casina Pio Quattro, and the home of the Pontifical Academy of Sciences and the Pontifical Academy of Social Sciences for this now annual event. A lot has happened in this room. I've been able to witness some small part of the remarkable achievements of Monsignor Sanchez Sorondo and of the Pontifical Academies, because they are bringing the cutting edge of knowledge to bear on the most crucial moral problems of the world. And it's the combination of the ethics and the science that enables us to find a way forward. So we're in a very, very special place. And it has been the role of these academies to bring the Church and the Vatican, the Church and the United Nations together for the purposes of sustainable development and what Pope Francis calls integral ecology, which is the idea that our full humanity can only be achieved in our relations with each other and our relations with nature, our relations with the creation. And Pope Francis has played a truly a unique role in recent times to help get the world to the Sustainable Development Goals and to the Paris Climate Agreement, and to motivate people all over the world, including all of us, to take actions to achieve what is of fundamental significance for the world. I always like to point out the plaque in the upper right-hand corner here on the wall. It says that this academy has its roots in the Academy of the Lynxes, which was a scientific body founded in 1603 with Galileo as its founding member. We have a very esteemed tradition that we're following in. And I pointed out because I hope and expect that it will inspire all of you to do everything possible and to find every insight possible for our role in helping to promote the Sustainable Development Goals. We just had a summit at the United Nations on the SDGs. Indeed, it was a week of summits of head of state leaders on climate change, on the Sustainable Development Goals, on global financing for the Sustainable Development Goals, and on universal health coverage, so crucial topics. And there is a tremendous amount of engagement. There's not enough funding. There's not enough action. We are in the midst of massive political confusion and global geotectonic change in the world. Today, the world is not the same politically, geopolitically as it was 5 or 10 years ago. This is obvious. One of the reasons we're excited to be here also with the one of Italy's leading ministers who will speak in just a moment is that Europe has a decisive role to play in all of these goals. This makes us very excited, and Italy's leadership is extremely important, and that also makes this a very special occasion. But I would say my conclusion from last month is that the goals are growing in awareness, in the depth, not yet in the actions that are needed, because we met in the context of the Amazon on fire, for example. We have leaders that the Greeks called acratic. They don't have the self-control. They don't have the virtue of phronesis, practical wisdom to know what to do. They are out of control. We know that. My country is Exhibit A, but unfortunately there are exhibits all the way through the alphabet, and this means that the challenge is even greater. Civil society has an even added burden of responsibility. The room is filled with leadership, so many wonderful organizations of astounding reach, so many leaders represented. The purpose here today is brainstorming for action. There are action items throughout the day, so we will follow up on the action items. We're not here only to talk and enjoy each other's company and to get inspiration from what we're doing, but to set an agenda for the coming year. And we will note in the next year how we have done on the agenda. So this is a room for practical results. I will apologize in advance for Monsignor will be part of the day, much of the day at the Synod. I am opening the FAO's annual meetings later this morning because the new Director General of the FAO has asked me to be his advisor to help the FAO in this work. And then I will fly directly to Athens to be with the Prime Minister tonight at an event on sustainability in the Mediterranean. So it's a busy day for me, and it'll be a busy day for you, but I apologize in advance for my absence. I'd like finally to thank Miss Betsy Parker, who is a wonderful partner who enables this event annually to, she couldn't be here today because she has pressing events in the United States, but she sends her greetings to all, and she has been the remarkable, steadfast supporter and promoter of the youth leadership for years and years, and continues to be. So we send her special thanks and all success in what keeps her in the U.S. Now, it's my pleasure. I'm going to introduce our minister, Lorenzo Fioramonti, who is the Minister for Education, Universities, and Research. That is a crucial agenda for us and for the SDGs and for Italy and for the world. Lorenzo is a fighter for sustainable development, an academic leader, a professor when he's not being minister, and a power in the new government, and has been part of the Italian government for the last couple of years, but now plays a truly leadership role, and I know he's going to talk to us about how he's putting the SDGs into the core of Italy's universities, schools, and research. But I just want to say, when I saw him last month and mentioned this symposium, he immediately agreed to come, so I was absolutely grateful, but it's part of his mission also of getting us all into the act. So Minister Lorenzo Fioramonti, thank you so much for being here.